For a shocker, how's this for a shocker? Steve Yzerman today announcing he's stepping down as GM of the Lightning, who have been in the Eastern Conference Final 3 of the past 4 years. Yeah. He'll stay on as an advisor for now. He's got a year left on his deal. Keep that in mind. Allowing longtime assistant and the greatest GM in hockey to never be a GM until this moment, Julien BriseBois. He will take over effective immediately. Yzerman, BriseBois, and the ownership spoke live on Sportsnet less than an hour ago.
I feel this change in role is important for me, which will allow me to spend more time with my family, and it also ensure that the Tampa Bay Lightning are managed to the standards that Jeff, all of us, everyone that works in this organization and is associated with this organization has come to expect. We are all delighted that Julien is our next general manager. He is more than ready and deserves the opportunity and has earned that.
I would like to start by reassuring you that once we are done with this announcement, it will be business as usual for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Camp opens on Thursday. We have a lot of work to do to get ready for the start of the season. And I assure you that everything will be done and nothing will be neglected in our pursuit of the cup. That doesn't change. That remains the same.
All right, so
wow.
There is what happened.
Wow.
Can you answer the question that everyone is screaming through their television set right now? Why would Steve Yzerman, with a team this good, seemingly this close, without having got a Stanley Cup, step away in September? Did that news conference provide any sort of answer for you?
It did contractually, Timmy. Because at some point he did bring up, someone asked him flat out, why are you doing this now?
Yeah.
And Steve Yzerman said, we talked contract with ownership in the summer, but what the future would look like. He was actually kind of open about that.
Yeah.
Mentioned family too, which obviously is important. You can't just argue that. But it just seems like there's a disagreement about what's next internally for him, and he would like to move on. Now, to what? I'm not sure. This guy has 2 gold medals as an executive. Mm-hmm. He has developed this team who had nothing but cap issues for years, kept it together, and added pieces to it, and made it one of the best teams in hockey, one of the favorites to win the Cup this season.
Well, playing hardball with some guys it was tough to play hardball with.
Oh, yeah. Got Kucherov inked. No one thought Stamkos was going to happen. Mm-hmm. Got Stamkos inked. They moved on from some really dicey goaltending situations contractually. They're fine there. This guy is one of the best minds in the business. I'm sure he could use the break, Tim. Under no circumstances is he staying out of work for long. The only question left is, which I don't know the answer to, is what on earth is next for this guy? And before Canadiens fans start tweeting in, no chance. Don't even bring it up. He's too smart for that. Well, there's no chance.
There's a lot of people wondering, and there's a certain group of Habs fans cringing because Julien BriseBois was one of the names that they wanted to be the next guy after Marc Bergevin, which is why they're immediately clinging to whether or not Steve Yzerman can speak French. He is from Nepean. I would have guessed that he has spoken French in his time.
Oui.
Sorry?
Oui.
That's your French?
Ça va?
Joe Smith.
Même chose?
Joe Smith of The Athletic in Tampa said Yzerman told the Lightning players he was headed back to Detroit, but it was unclear if he meant to live or to eventually work. What it seemed to me from the news conference, and I'm just going to add to you because I know there's a lot of people out there going like, how the hell did this happen? It seemed like an amicable split.
Oh, there was a pretty united front at that press conference today for those just tuning in and missing it. Julien BriseBois was strong. Yeah. He was very assertive. He's ready for this. Yeah. The owner, Vinnick, went as far as to say Julien BriseBois is more experienced at this stage than Steve was when I gave him the job.
Right.
It was a very positive vibe at that press conference.
But the amicable split to me, too, was you were eventually going to lose Julien BriseBois. So if you're going to step away, maybe this is the time to step away, give him the GM job, then you won't lose him in the future. The plan was agreed to by all, seemingly, and that's why he does it a couple days before training camp starts. The one thing that jumped out to me was that he wouldn't commit beyond this year. Said he was 100% committed to this year. Beyond that, when asked several times, he would not commit. So obviously, there's a lot of folks in Detroit who are starting to get excited, but they got a pretty good GM in Ken Holland there right now. How long does Ken Holland stay on?
Holland's been there
How long his contract is there? Does he go through the complete rebuild that the Detroit Red Wings are going through, or does Stevie Y even want to go there? Obviously, folks in Montreal, just because they hate their general manager, are looking at other general managers maybe being brought into the situation. But can I throw out another angle that people aren't thinking of right now?
Shoot.
What about Seattle? And I know before you jump in and yell and scream, Seattle, hear me out on this one. Todd Lywicki was brought up several times during this news conference by ownership of the Tampa Bay Lightning in his old role as the CEO of the Lightning. Both he and Yzerman were hired in 2010 and became very, very close. Todd Lywicki is now Seattle's CEO. As a part of that group in Seattle for the unnamed Metropolitans,
Starbucks.
the Seattle Starbucks, Tim Lywicki is a part of that ownership group. And as we know from our experiences with Tim Lywicki, this is a big game hunter. Like, Tim Lywicki does not settle for any Joe Schmo off the street.
It's a bloody big deal.
It is a bloody big deal. Jerry Bruckheimer, also in on the ownership. He's the big name of the ownership. You know where Jerry Bruckheimer's from?
Winnipeg.
Detroit, Michigan.
Close.
You'd think there might be a tie there. And given how George McPhee was handed these wonderful cards to deal with Vegas, could it be possible that Steve Yzerman is stepping away to join an expansion team in Seattle and try and do what George McPhee did with Vegas?
Could be. Very plausible. A lot of money in that group. A lot of excitement in that group. All the season ticket applications have been taken care of.
Just throwing it out there.
They're ready to go.
You can send it back if you don't like it.
But I'm not going to send it back. If there's a gentleman's agreement and it's done, it makes a lot of sense to me. If that Seattle group really wants this guy, I hope they got everything straightened away. Because if I'm a lot of other clubs in this league, I throw a lot of money at this man. Because he can fix things. He can get stuff done, and he doesn't have to outspend everybody to do it. He's been smart his entire career in the front office. He's rarely made a misstep. Took care that when Jonathan Drouin looked like it was combustible, that situation, he straightened it out and got Sergachev for him. He's good. If Seattle wants him, I hope they already got it lined up, a gentleman's agreement, because if they don't, there will be a bidding process for this gentleman.
Before you vote on this, it also could just be possible that he was searching for some sort of work-life balance and couldn't find it.
Completely.
But the problem with that, for me, was he wouldn't commit beyond this year.
Which he did confirm today.
Which would lead me to believe that he might take a job beyond
He's not
this
done.
year.